Hello guys, my name is James, and in this video we're going to take a look at some of the Datamine items from the Ascending Tide patch of the Elder Scrolls Online, as well as some of the new crown crates coming out very soon called the Sunken Trove crates. So if, like me, you're into the cosmetic side of Elder Scrolls Online, there'll be plenty of stuff in here that you'll like the look of. So let's start at the beginning. First item, we've got this Aurelian Osprey Coronel. Pretty cool looking adornment. We've got the like a eagle theme going on with the blue gem. I think it looks better on the Khajiit model since it wraps around the forehead, but it's a pretty nice looking one on all of them. Then we've got these Darlok's golden eyes. So you'll probably see in the previous crown crates that we've started to get these eye adornments now. We've had some blue ones, I think they're called the Azure eyes, and we've got Conjurer's eyes, which are purple, and we had the Spider Kith eyes a while ago, which were red. So definitely expect more of this kind of thing. Then we've got the Moon and Star earrings, which look pretty cool. We've got the Seabird earrings, Splendid Seabird earrings. And then we've got this Gilladil the Rag Picker. This is a deconstruction merchant that a lot of people have been asking for a while, and we're finally getting it. So you can summon this around content and deconstruct all the trash that you pick up. It's going to save a load of space in your inventory. So very handy, but it's probably going to cost quite a lot of crowns. Then next we've got these Enchanting Cherry Blossom marks. So I think these look okay, but what's interesting is we're starting to get more coloured tattoos now. Like in the past we used to just get the black ones and different designs. We're starting to actually see some colour on these body markings now. And this one's the same, the Kept2 body marks. This one's like a green and white fade to black in the middle, which looks pretty cool. Then we've got Old Salt body tattoos. We've got this skull there, it looks pretty cool. Kind of almost kind of like a biker theme if you discount the tentacles there. Then we got the collector's bundle for the Ascending Tides. This is likely going to include the mount that you see on screen, as well as the crab pet, maybe that costume. I don't quite recognize that, but that could be included. Then we've got the costume Jacon's Ensemble. So that's going to be the costume in the middle that you see here. Bit of a swashbuckler type costume there, looks pretty cool. And then we've got the Nereid Seafoam Raiment. So I imagine this will be similar to the Celestial Robes, where it'll cost 400 crown gems. And this is going to be something a lot of players want, because I think Zos have realised that these skimpy outfits sell quite well. So finally we're going to be able to look like those Nereids that we see all around the game. Then we've got the, I think, Analarch's Chosen. Hope I didn't butcher that name too much. And this reminds me of a Daedric style from Skyrim. If you ever played Skyrim the game, which I imagine most people have, this reminds me of the Daedric style from there, much more than the existing Daedric style in Elder Scrolls right now. So it does look pretty cool. And then we've got the motif, the Fargrave Chosen, Fargrave Guardian, which looks pretty good too. Then we've got these Dark Chivalry crates. Now you do get one of these free, or I guess kind of for free, when you pre-order the High Isle chapter. So I imagine they'll be coming down the line. And then we've got Sunken Trove, which is going to be what the majority of these items come out of, and that's going to be coming after the Celestial crates, which should be in a few weeks, I would say. Then we've got the artwork for the Ascending Tide, so obviously a sea-themed DLC. We've got an emote Crab Pinch, so I imagine you just get nipped on the feet by a crab or something. We've got a Feed Bird, same again really. Pop the Cork, so that'll be kind of a good one for screenshots when you finish the trial. You can all pop the cork and celebrate getting a new skin. I've got a Sword Dance emote, that looks pretty good. Emote Where's My Drink, kind of similar to the Drunken personality. Then we've got these aquariums. So there's two here, two different sizes, two different styles. I'm guessing there's some moving fish within each one. And this is a big deal for those of us that are into houses, because if, like me, you've got a house that you've capped out at 700 spaces, and a whole bunch of those are used up on an aquarium because you've got to use the rocks, you've got to use something to make the tank and all the fish, and it takes up like 30, 40 spaces. You can now actually just get aquariums that are a one piece. So you can obviously like put loads of these together and build on the side of them. But it's a really nice addition that I think has been coming for a long time. Then we've got the Aquatic Splendor Furnishing Pack. Now this looks pretty cool because, as you can see on the left here, we've got some jellyfish. That looks like it's going to be one of those visual effects that you can place within water. We've got some bubbles in the middle of the screen, so again that might be a visual effect that you can play with. And then we've all got some coral themed, we've got like a crab and some coral in the background, as well as a little treasure trove and a pearl. So would particularly go well with that new house as well. Then we've got the music box. This looks quite cool. Kind of confused me as to how big this will be to begin with, but It's like a little haunted house with a skeleton in the middle. I'll have to see what that sounds like. And then we've got another music box that's a sea theme, so it does look pretty nice as well. And then we've got some furniture. We've got the picture of the Clockwork City there. Then we've got a statue of Auriel. Now we already have a statuette of this thing, so if you've been playing for a while and you've been getting your free statues every day, you'll actually already have a miniature version of this that doesn't light up. So you'll get a little preview of what to expect here, and it is a pretty cool looking statue. So we'll be getting a large one of these very soon. Then we've got the statuette, another one of those. And we've also got a little statuette of Miriam's Dagon. And this is one that actually was opposite to Auriel, because we started off with the big version of this Miriam's Dagon statue in the Crown Store item a while ago. And now we're getting the small one. And here's something else that we've been asking for a while, is more water features in our furnishing. So we've got these little ponds here. I'm guessing there might be some water movement in there as well. And we've got a little miniature waterfall. So again, for anyone who's into that kind of furnishing, this is a great addition. Then we've got some headgear over here, makes it look like a bit of a mermaid. I'm not sure how usable that one's going to be. Then we've got a Mask of Zorro, pretty cool item I think. I think a lot of people are going to be using that. It's called the Scoundrel's Mask, but everyone's going to refer to it as Zorro. Then we've got the face tattoos of the Cherry Blossom, what we saw earlier. And the same as the Keptu, but there's not as much green on here. I think you can just about see it on these two on the right. And then we've got the Mirthless Mirror face paint, so this is more like a Joker theme. It does look quite nice. We've got some similar ones to those in the game already. Then we've got the Old Salt face tattoos. Now I do think these look pretty cool. These match the body markings, but what I like about these is you can probably put them on a character and use a different eye colour, and it won't make your character's eyes look really small because you don't have makeup on. So it's kind of a cool option to have there, especially for female characters. Then we've got Seavale Spire. I haven't actually got a walk around video of this on my channel, but Outcast has and a lot of other people has, and definitely check that out. It's a very cool looking house and it's huge. Then we've got Houseguest Jackon. So this is the guy whose outfit you could get further back in the video. I've never really been too bothered about Houseguest, to be honest. I feel like there are a lot of crowns for not much. But if you're into that, then you know, here's an option to get him. Then we've got a Houseguest, which is a jester, and this is something that would more appeal to me than someone just stood around, an actual jester that goes around juggling, so I think that's pretty cool. Then we've got the Marina's Nimbus Stone, so I'm not really sure how this adornment's going to work, but it looks pretty shiny, so I'm all about that. Then we've got the Cat of War Centraline, and this is going to be our first Radiant Apex mount. As the last few crates have taught us, it's impossible to tell like which ones are going to be expensive and which one's going to be, you know, the 1200 one and which one's going to be the 2.5k crown gems mount. So we just have to wait and see at the time. But this is a pretty cool looking one. It reminds me of the Gloomspore scent that was out a while ago, but this has got mostly coral on it, so it's got a real nice glow to it, and I imagine there'll be some pretty cool animations too. Then we've got a Dwarven Coral Crawler Spider, so another Dwarven mount but themed in the coral. We've got a Dreadsail Howler, it's another wolf. Then we've got our first two-person mount, so this is a pretty basic looking horse, but it holds two people, which is cool. I'm glad the game's going in that direction. And then we got the Great Dark Ram, so we're starting to get a few rams in the game now, and this is just another one, another skin. And then we've got the Harrowstorm Bear, which is probably going to be our second Radiant Apex mount. So you'll have probably seen we have quite a few of these mounts that are like the rock themed or the stone astronaut kind of themed mount with the colours in the middle. And the last one was the Star Chaser Cent with the Celestial in the middle, and it was a cent with all this rock style. So now we're getting a bear with the red lightning in between. Then we've got a Keptu Bear, some pretty cool markings on that. We've got Meadowglass Wolf, which is kind of like the Iliad themed mounts that came out a while ago, but instead of the blue kind of, you know, Vala stone looking armor on it, we've actually got the yellow stone on it this time. Then we've got our Crown Crate mounts, so you'll see a few of these have got the same theme, and these are the Reefborn mounts. Got lots of colour on these and lots of kind of corals and shells and things like that. So that's what to expect with the 400 crown gems mounts that are going to come out of these crates. Then we've got the Stitchwell Stick Guar, so this is going to be like the Cadwell themed joke mount that you can get, that you can go galloping around on. Then we've got the Summer's Herald Torch Nicks, and I think this is pretty cool. I think this is going to be really bright, I don't think this is going to be one of our Radiant Apexes. I could be wrong. We might have a situation where the bear is just a separate crown gem purchase, and this one is a Radiant Apex. It'll be the first time we have a one of these Nyx mounts as a Radiant Apex, so we'll just have to wait and see. But I do think it looks quite cool, especially with the glowing abdomen. That'll be pretty visible. And then we've got the Surf Glow Corsair. So I think this actually could be a Radiant as well. It looks slightly different to the rest of them, so I'm not sure. It looks like, looking at the visual effects, it looks like it has fish floating around it, and as you as the rider as well. So not quite sure how desirable that is as an effect, but yeah, it looks like it could be one of the Radiants. Now this one I would say is definitely going to be a Radiant. This is the Void Eater Durzog. It's got an effect that we haven't really seen before, so the black kind of smoke coming off it is similar to the New Moon mounts, if you saw those. But we've got this kind of green sort of void glow that Calgronted kind of has, similar in the main story of Elsewhere. So I do think this will be a Radiant, and I think this probably will be. And I think the blue one back at the start will. So maybe this one won't be, but I'm kind of just guessing at this point, so we'll just have to wait and see. Then we've got the blue cockerel as a pet, and an appleback salamander, another pet, a fledgling griffin as another pet, and we've got Catwell, which is pretty funny. It's a cat themed after Cadwell. Pretty cool looking pet there. It looks all cross-eyed and goofy, so imagine that's going to be appealing to a lot of players. Then we've got the lilac bay crab, pretty cool looking metallic crab there. And we've got a Keptu bear club, which is a small version of the mount that we saw earlier. And we've got the meadow glass wolf pup again, which is a small version of the wolf mount we saw earlier. Then we've got a mustard seed moth, and I've always liked my flying mounts, so this is a pretty cool one to see. Then we've got a rustbite ringtail, so a little raccoon looking thing there. And a tortoiseshell etchater, I think that's pronounced. So another pet there. Then we've got our first arms pack, and this is Lady Thorn, which looks kind of nice. It's got like a blood theme to it with the gold weapons, so quite looking forward to that. And then we've got, and I'm probably going to butcher this name, but Prior Theric, I think that's his name, the arms pack. And given that purple's my favourite colour, this has got a cool purple, black and red glow to it, so that's probably something I'll be interested in. Then we've got an arms pack, the Saber Keel armament, so pretty nice looking stuff there. It looks a little bit like the sword, looks a little bit Daedric-y from Skyrim, but the rest of it doesn't look the same, so still pretty cool. Then we've got the Keptu Chief bundle, so you can get this either as a bundle or the separate pieces that you see here. It's a pretty basic looking style, to be honest. Then we've got the Reefborn weapon, so this is like a set of weapon styles that you can drop in the crown crates, or you can probably buy them. I think they'll be about 100 crowns each. So there's a few different options there, and again, like the mounts, they're mostly themed after like coral and shells and different reef, like sea-themed colours. Then we've got our first of the 3 skins, and this is the Calanderborn. So this is likely going to be 400 crown gems, again like the other skins in the previous one. And we had a Valaborn skin a few crown crate seasons ago in the Ayleid crowns, and this is pretty much a reskin of that, just yellow. So kind of disappointed they just reskinned a different skin into a different colour, but you know, it's more variety and we can't complain about that. And then we've got the Labyrinthium Luminary. So this is, I'm not really sure how to describe this skin. It kind of just makes the skin look a bit wrinkly. I don't know if the picture's blurry or if that's actually how the skin looks, but yeah, it's another skin. And finally, we've got the Rain Siren Nereid. Now this is, I would bet my life on it, this is going to be the skin from the new trial. And this looks really cool. We haven't had like a bright blue skin like this before. Obviously going to look better on Argonians than anything else. But even on the humanoid model over here, it looks pretty cool. So you can see that it's got some pretty nice styles on it. And that's it. That's all of the Datamine items so far. So we've got some really nice looking mounts coming out. We've got some cool adornments. We've got really nice furnishings like these fish tanks. We've got some cool costumes like the Nereid costume here. And some of that will be crown store, like I mentioned. Some of it will be crown crates. I'd imagine most of it will be crown crates. So if you've got everything from the Celestial crates and you're just looking forward to these, then get saving because it should be out in a few weeks. Anyway guys, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think of these in the comment section and which bits you're looking forward to. And I'll see you on the next video. Have a great day.